Before Hurricane Ida made landfall, Louisiana evacuated dozens of nursing homes and assisted living facilities. Meanwhile, intensive care units statewide were 90% full, making this the first major storm to test the nation's pandemic emergency response capacity, with hospitals nearly full of COVID patients. CBS 12's Denise Sawyer looks at local preparedness as we head into the busiest part of hurricane season.
Good evening. Now, if Florida finds itself in a similar situation with a direct landfall of a hurricane, with hospitals overrun by COVID patients, emergency operations directors tell me that they would use a transit bus similar to the one behind me to transport COVID patients out of harm's way. With hurricane season just getting into full swing, this emergency transit bus sits at the ready, capable of transporting a dozen patients at a time should a major storm come our way while hospitals are at capacity.
Category 4, Category 5 hurricanes, that's when you see people going, uh-oh.
Mitch Smykel is a director of emergency operations in Okeechobee County. There, a hurricane could breach the already vulnerable dike system around Lake Okeechobee and cause catastrophic flooding. That in turn could threaten Rawlinson Hospital and every patient inside.
We would try not to evacuate a hospital unless we absolutely had to. And the rule is you run from the water, you hide from the wind. You know, we try to keep them where they're at if we can. The only time we really evacuate them is for water, like they had in Louisiana.
As the sun came up in Louisiana today, the scope of the damage became clear. Oh my God! Buildings are toppled, power is out for millions, and floodwaters are receding slowly. A stark reminder of what a major storm could bring to our doorstep, which is why emergency personnel here have to keep an eye on COVID in the tropics. And Martin County Emergency Management Director Sally Waits.
We have additional shelters on standby. We have plans set aside for special accommodations for people that are appearing sick.
In St. Lucie County,
the hospitals and the healthcare units have been talking about and looking at their emergency operations plans about transferring patients to one other facility. The good news for us in St. Lucie is that the hospitals are not really in flood zones. So it's not very likely that we will see a situation like in New Orleans.
But with the peak of hurricane season just days away, hospitals in Florida and emergency personnel remain alert. In the Hurricane Operations Center, Denise Sawyer, CBS 12 News.